How is Yu-Gi-Oh doing right now? This video will be two sections. We have Master Duel on one hand and regular Yu-Gi-Oh TCG on the other. Yes, I completely stole this idea from MBT, so thank you MBT for the free content. And if you enjoy me talking about Master Duel and also real TCG Yu-Gi-Oh, be sure to subscribe to this channel. So starting with Master Duel, obviously we now had some time to look back and see, okay, the honeymoon phase is over. How good is this game? What is missing and so forth. I think the number one issue is no changes. Yes, I know we just had the Xyz event in the game, but it is not enough. Right now, when I boot up stream, I'm like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna climb to Platinum again with Eldritch? Again, with Phantom Knights, again. There's really only so much you can do. This meta is old and by now also really stale. I do not want to see the 500 Tri-Brigade player or the 500 Drytron player. And this is even worse for people who were playing competitive Yu-Gi-Oh last year because they've already had this very format with a few exceptions. I was just following from a distance at that point, and so I wasn't that bored of this format when Master Duel first came out. With that being said, I still have a lot of fun playing this game because the core game of itself, the gameplay, is really good. It is a well-designed, beautiful game, and Yu-Gi-Oh as a whole is just fun. But, and yes of course, it's always about the buts, it would be fun if I could constantly play a different deck. You can't really have fun in Yu-Gi-Oh with one singular deck for months on end. And gems, once they run out, are very expensive. Now, I already know some people in the comments, they'll be going, oh, this game is super free to play friendly. Oh, I have 5 decks already. Yes, you probably do, though you're probably missing a billion staples. But 5 decks also isn't that much. If you're actually actively playing this game, even 5 decks gets boring. And then you're like, oh, I'm gonna try a new deck. Okay, which cards do I need? And you figure out, oh, damn, I'm gonna need UR crafting material. I'm gonna need SR crafting material. How do I get that? Oh, gems? Once you're through those first bundles of gems, the cost of gems is honestly exploitation. And I've gone through the exploitation. And the only reason I've done so is because I could afford it because of the ad revenue. Like the ad revenue for the videos where I spent money just instantly justified spending the money. But if you're not a Yugi-tuber or a YouTuber, I don't know how in your right mind you could ever click buy on any of these gem bundles. And even if you do, the amount of gems you need to spend to even pull enough URs to dismantle, to craft staples is so insane, it's not even funny. Beyond that, you also can't even dismantle your cards from those random legacy packs, and so they're just taking up all these slots where you're like, oh, I can dismantle this. No, I can't. So the meta gets stale after so many months of just going through the same thing, and you're like, okay, you know, I'll make it less stale by playing a new deck. Oops, I can't. And that is kind of the issue I'm in right now. I don't want to spend $500 on gems to build a new deck for this game, to then play with it a week, get bored, and have to do it all over again. Even more so since that deck would probably not be the most competitive, and so once you're climbing to higher ranks, let's say Platinum 1, you're still just getting face-stomped by Drytron and Tri-Brigade. So then you have to make the choice, oh damn, I'll make my own Drytron or Tri-Brigade, get bored, and you're back at square one. Now beyond that, we of course also have the issue that you can't really climb beyond Platinum 1, meaning there's just still a lot of casual energy in Platinum, which is not necessarily bad. I get to play my worst decks and that's good fun, but it is a problem when you're trying to take the game more seriously at times. The answer is you can't. But if you are trying to not take the game seriously at all, well then you're also in this issue because modern Yu-Gi-Oh just really doesn't lend itself to pure casual BS. Right now, I'm having fun with a grass is greener deck on stream, but once I'm through that, I'm not really sure what I need to do. I'm hoping that there will be new Master Duel content by that time, because otherwise, I don't know, I'll be scraping the bottom of the barrel. The only way to really then keep enjoying Master Duel fully, I feel, is to do the Team Samurai X1 way and just spend thousands on packs so you can build every deck out there and make videos for every deck out there. I think not everyone is able to do that. You know, there's only so many YouTubers that have the ad revenue to justify that. Now, this so far might sound negative, and don't get me wrong, overall Master Duel is a really good game, but it's just the honeymoon phase is over, and the fundamental issues with the game, in my opinion, need to be addressed if they want to keep the player base. Because we had so much hype. By now, what did they say? Is it like a 46 drop-off of players by now? Which is normal, because hype just can't keep going forever. But we really don't want that number to go down much lower. Now, for the regular Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, yes, I do in fact play that. Crazy, huh? I honestly think the format as a whole is really fun. I see a lot of people complain about certain things in the meta. Some people complain about Eldritch, about Skill Drain. Other people complain about Sight Lock, Brave Engine, and so forth. And I agree, I think Sight should probably be banned. But beyond some details, the meta is really cool. I really like those crazy pile decks with a billion engines all doing crazy plays. While at the same time, you have a bunch of other things that also seem really viable. You have PK Brave, you have Prankid's Brave, you have Eldritch, you have Sword Soul, you have Dragon Link, you have the Tenyi Brave pile based, whatever the hell you want to call it. Just a lot of really cool decks are viable, and there's a lot of room for creativity in deck building right now. Now, one thing you notice in that explanation that keeps on coming back is Brave, Brave, this Brave, that Brave. And Brave is kind of an issue. Now, let me know if you want to have a full video dedicated to Brave. But beyond the game design perspective of it, and again, if you want a video on that, let me know in the comments down below, and be sure to subscribe to this channel. There is one more crucial issue about this particular engine, and it is cost. Now, this isn't exclusively a Brave engine problem, but the Brave engine makes this issue more apparent than ever. When I got back into modern Yu-Gi-Oh, I basically had a couple deck cores. I had the core for zombies, I had the core for Phantom Knights, I had the core for Toons, and that's it. So I had to re-buy my staples from scratch. You know, generic boss monsters, generic staples, generic stuff in general. I still had to buy all that. And that was torture. If you want to get into Yu-Gi-Oh competitively and you want to play optimally, I'm going to assume you need to spend about $1,000 on staples. And some people will say, no, that's not true. That can be true. No way. But like 33% of that $1,000 is forbidden droplets on its own already. Now, I know a lot of people were going to war on Yu-Gi-Oh Twitter on this subject a week ago or so, and I won't reopen this war, but clearly there are really powerful staples right now that you need in Yu-Gi-Oh. Now, some people were saying, oh, forbidden droplets doesn't even stop Sight Lock, so it's not that important. So tell me why, when I go to the YCS tops right now, over half of the decks have forbidden droplets at 3 in their lists. I know you can't stop the double Sight Lock with droplets, but droplets is still an amazingly powerful card used to break a variety of boards, and it is ran in many decks for a reason. Now, some people will go for some rebuttal where they go, oh, but you can play Floanderies, you know, Floanderies is really budget friendly. But that doesn't disarm the issue with the cost that Yu-Gi-Oh has right now. Because beyond Floanderies, almost every deck still needs all these staples. And what are you gonna do? Play Floanderies for the coming 3 years because it's the only deck you can afford? Again, going back to me coming back into modern Yu-Gi-Oh right now. I needed to buy 3 forbidden droplets. What are they at right now? $100 each? I need an access code talker. All right, let's go. Oh, all of these combo decks right now have Hulk? Okay, buy your Hulk. Oh, you need a Brave engine? You need a Brave engine? All right, that's another $300, or is it $350? I don't know where they're at, but it's still a lot. And now you can go, oh, but you don't need a Brave engine. Yeah, that's right. It's just all the best decks running it, but you don't really need it. Again, you can play Floanderies. Oh, okay, thank you so much. I can play this tier 1.5 deck that does one line, and I'll just do that forever. That sounds great. I don't want to build my own decks. No, just play this one. Oh, you're playing the Brave engine together with Hulk? Oh, you need Baron de Fleur as well? Oh, that's another $100. Sorry, bucko. You need an Appaloosa, you need a Zeus, you need Lightning Storms. Some people will go, oh, Lightning Storm isn't that great right now. Cosmic Cyclone is better. Sure, but one format from now, you'll need the Lightning Storms again, so good luck. Oh, you need DPE? Ha, fun. Oh, you're playing a Rogue deck, you're playing Dragoon? Okay, good luck. Oh, damn, all these Brave piles are starting to play Magician Souls. Oh, yeah, you need 3 of that. Oh, beyond Magician Souls, you know what works really well with that? Illusion of Chaos. Oh, now you need those as well. Ash? Oh, you don't have Ash? Okay, here's another $60 for the combo. commons, baby. Yu-Gi-Oh has the biggest barrier to entry for competitive card games from every card game. I made this comparison on Twitter before where $200 you can make a competitive Pokemon deck. $200 you can make a competitive Magic deck. $200 you can make 2 or 3 competitive Vanguard decks. $200 I don't know if you can make a Digimon deck. Some people are talking about certain issues in that game that makes it so you can't. But in Yu-Gi-Oh, $200 gets you a piece of a Forbidden Droplets playset. Now quickly then people came to the rescue. Oh, but MTG is so expensive. Look at Duel lands. It's like, no, you have Standard. You can play Standard in MTG for $200. Not every deck, but a lot of them you can. In Yu-Gi-Oh, $200 just does not get you a optimal deck. People will say, oh, but you can play Chalice over Droplets, but please. Chalice is not the same card as Droplets, and it will never be. It's the same argument where people go, oh, you don't need access code, you can play Boral Sword. The second you have an access code, you stop saying that Boral Sword is just as good. And again, people will say, oh, just don't be poor. Like, that is not the issue. The issue is that when a new player is trying to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! And they see what topped and they try to copy the deck, they go, oh damn, it's this or 2 months of rent? Sorry, Yu-Gi-Oh! And that is an issue. But beyond that, again, I'm actually having a lot of fun with the current modern game. Now, this might be a specific me thing because here in Europe, we are able to have regionals. I don't know if that's the case everywhere in America. I saw MBT mention how he doesn't have regionals, so I assume that in his state there are no regionals. But here at least, we are able to just go to regionals. We have one every 2 weeks or so, depending on if you're willing to take a train or something along those lines. So I'm able to have fun at the regionals, competitively speaking, and then I can go to locals and have fun with absolute jank. This might not be something that other people have the privilege of experiencing. Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now is super fun when you like creatively deck building. I have a lot of fun with trying all of these little engines and throwing them together and pushing them into rogue decks and just figuring stuff out. But if you do not have the money to even play the engines, that whole fun aspect just evaporates. I know in the past this has also been an issue, but it was never this bad. And there were also sometimes reprint sets that addressed some of these issues meaningfully, something Brothers of Legends did not. I think what Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs right now is first of all a real reprint set, not one where Forbidden Droplets is short printed to 2 or 3 per case, but one where Forbidden Droplets is just included in every box. You know, make it ridiculous. Oh no, my Forbidden Droplets are gonna be $5. Yes, good. Make them $5. Make them commons for all I care. Do the same with access code, Hulk, Baron, Ash, Magician Souls, Illusion of Chaos. I know Illusion of Chaos just came out. Yeah, I'm just dreaming here. But right now, it is just ridiculous how hard it is to get into the game. So you need a reprint set that just tells you fuck off. You can make them ugly, by the way. Like, make them all common so that people who have secret rares are able to enjoy a fancier version of the card. But just don't do this gatekeepy crap where even your reprints are the same price as your non-reprints. Like, how the fuck was Hulk reprinted and is it 5 times expensive as it was on release? That just makes no sense. And then the second side of that is that we probably need some type of ban list where Sight is hit. Because yes, while PK, Sight Lock and so forth isn't best deck, it is still a ridiculously dice rolly thing. Like, I went to a regionals, I got 11th, my last round I was X1, and that entire match was basically decided by the dice roll because he went first and he got to Sightlock me twice and I only got to Sightlock him once. Oh, there goes our game. Hooray. That just isn't the greatest experience. And that is not me talking out of Saul. Like, he was clearly a really good player, no issue whatsoever. But it does show an issue that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has when there is such an incredible going first, you don't get to play kind of mechanic. So that is all. I hope you found this interesting. Again, I wasn't hoping to be like negative or anything. I'm really enjoying Yu-Gi-Oh! Both in Master Duel and real life. There is just a couple issues that are so magnified for certain people that it makes it very hard to promote a game to as wide of an audience as it could be. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Ciao.